We have rain on the way in the forecast, multiple days in a row, something we haven't seen, not just weeks, but months. And it's almost a guarantee everybody will see rain tomorrow. And likely even into the day on Friday, showers, chances are going to be diminishing as we head into Saturday, but we will have some wraparound showers to contend with. So here's the main line of rain. You can see it's out west right now, but it gets here by tomorrow morning. The rain will be heaviest during the morning hours. You'll see these yellows and oranges coming through here. Absolute soaker of a start to your Thursday. Things should taper a little bit, but still dealing with light to moderate showers into the afternoon. So it's pretty much an all-day rain event. Going to be turning a bit gusty as well. Those winds, we'll talk about those in a second, but those are going to make for a pretty nasty day tomorrow. After that, the storm kind of wraps back in here and sits over the northeast. So we're going to get these showers kind of pinwheeling around this as we get a couple of these surface troughs right here, these little spokes of energy that wrap around this low. That will be bringing those showers back into play. And you can see that here they are coming in, say, towards midday on Friday. The other thing you notice here, a lot of cold air gets wrapped in here, changes all this rain across Pennsylvania, getting into New Jersey, and maybe even some of the big city metros as we head throughout the day on Saturday into Sunday, especially for the overnight period where your temperatures are naturally going to be getting colder. And here we are on Saturday, the storm finally beginning to pull away here. Saturday morning, we are still looking at maybe a few leftover showers here with this one last trough moving across the northeast, and then we should start to see drier weather for the end of the weekend. So for those of you wondering how much snow does that all amount to off to our west, you can see the darker blues and the purples here looking at our key. That's anywhere from, say, 9 to 12 inches at most. A couple of those little purple spots could mean over a foot of snow. The Poconos and the mountains down into West Virginia, likely the only spots that are going to see the jackpots there, but you could see plenty of colors here in the northeast. Down into the Berkshires, we're looking at maybe 3+ inches there. And what is this? Are my eyes deceiving me? No, they are not. Look at this. One of the Futurecast models picking up on a little light blue in parts of northern and western Rhode Island where the temperatures are going to be a little bit colder, some higher elevation driven. Maybe we see a flake or two. It wouldn't surprise me to see a flake, but we are not looking at any accumulation with this. This is a rain event and a much needed one at that. As we look here, first batch of rain brings in close to an inch, and then those showers that we see on Friday and maybe into Saturday likely put us over the inch mark and maybe closer to 1.5 inches. If you're keeping track at home, then you don't need to know this graphic. But I'm going to tell you, our last day where we got over an inch of rain, you have to go all the way back to September 26th, almost 2 full months ago. And you go back even further beyond that. I mean, the September up until that point was very dry, even the end of August. So maybe a little deceiving there, but not all that much. 1.11 inches of rain since that point. We had over an inch that day, and then again, almost 2 months combined, we barely got over 1 inch of rain. Now, I've not been calling this a drought buster. It is going to help significantly, but it is not going to erase this deficit all in one. Let's say, we're being a little bullish with this and a little liberal with our rainfall totals. Let's say we got 2 inches of rain. That would only chop this down a little bit, not even close to half of the deficit that we've accumulated here throughout the fall. That has been such a dry fall out there. And yes, again, just going back to my point about the wind, those winds will be picking up, knocking whatever leaves are left down, so they are going to probably clog up the drains. We are going to have that extra runoff, John, that we talked about. Just because the ground has been so dry, has not been able to hold, will not be able to hold very much in the way of rain. So we have a pretty gusty end to the week. Temperatures colder, 40s Friday and Saturday, and then we'll slowly build it back up into the 50s. Another chance of rain comes Monday night into Tuesday, and there could be something brewing later next week as we look ahead to Thanksgiving, but I am not going to talk about that right now.
Well, it's funny you brought that up. I was looking ahead to Tuesday, Wednesday, and we've reported, and people probably know this by now, Tuesday and Wednesday before Thanksgiving, by far the biggest travel days on the roads.
Yes.
And right now, other than a morning shower, it's looking pretty good.
Most of that rain looks like it comes through. If the timing holds up, it'll be overnight. Most of us probably not traveling overnight, and I would be shocked to see anything even close to what this storm for the end of the week is going to be. It's going to be nothing like that. So even if you do have to drive, I don't think you're going to be driving through, torrential rain, wind, anything like that. So that's good news.